Most people get stuck in mid-career not because they lack talent, but because they keep thinking like early career professionals. What got you here will not get you there. In this video, I am going to share 5 books from the last decade that can genuinely help you make this shift from being a doer to a thinking, leading, and operating at a senior level. No theory, no fluff, no jargon, just books that can change how you think at work. First, who am I? For those who are new here, my name is Anshuman Tiwari. I have spent over 3 decades working for large global organizations. And while I continue to work today, I also work closely with mid and senior career professionals who feel stuck, stressed, or unsure about their next phase. I make these videos short ones because I see the same pattern again and again, the same question bothering people. Smart people, hardworking people, doing all the right things, but playing by the old rules. This video is about updating those rules, some of them. The core idea is about moving from early career to mid career senior roles, not being a promotion. Many of us see it as a promotion. It's not a promotion, it's a role change. What made you successful earlier will not automatically work now. Think of it again. Whatever helped you in your early career is not going to help you now. In your early career, you were rewarded for execution, you responded fast with speed, you delivered on time, you were dependable. But somewhere between your 8th or and 15th year of work, round about that time, the job changes quietly. You are no longer paid only to do what you do. You are paid to decide, to influence, to help others, to build systems that work even when you are not in the room. This is where many people struggle. They work harder, they stay busy, they attend more meetings, but their impact does not increase. And this is where some self exploration is important. One of the simplest ways to upgrade your thinking at that stage is by reading and observing others. I always recommend a classic book, Execution by Larry Bossidy and Ramcharan. It is timeless, but it is over 25 years old. So you may argue that this is not a modern book. So in this video, rest of the video, I will share 5 more recent books that will help you. Book number 1, Think Again by Adam Grant. Experience is valuable, but experience can also be a blinder. At senior levels, people start saying, "This is how things work here." Adam Grant reminds us that the best leaders are not the most certain ones. They are the ones who are willing to rethink and unlearn. The ability to say, "I might be wrong, I don't know," is not weakness, it is leadership maturity. Think of your own career. The people, the leaders you admire, were they the ones who were always right, or were they the ones who sometimes said that, "Look, I don't really know. Do you know more about this? Do you know someone who knows more? Can I learn a little bit more? Or let's read a little bit more or study this and come back and then attempt this." You know the answer. Book number 2, Atomic Habits. The second book in the series is Atomic Habits by James Clear. Most professionals believe success comes from big goals. James Clear disagrees. He says your life is shaped not by your goals, but by your habits. Mid and senior career professionals do not need more motivation. They are already motivated. They need better systems, systems for learning, systems for decision making, systems for how teams work. Willpower will fade, systems will endure. So remember this, willpower will fade, but systems will endure. Don't depend only on willpower. Anybody who's tried to quit smoking will tell you that willpower only works for a little bit and not much. I've been trying to lose weight every year, and willpower doesn't work, but a system works. Whenever I have joined a running club or a gym club and had a accountability partner or something of that kind, things have worked. So systems do help. Book number 3, Dare to Lead. Fascinating book by Brene Brown. The old image of the tough, distant boss is no longer working. Brene Brown shows that vulnerability is not oversharing, it is courage. When you say that made a mistake or I don't know this. It is not just vulnerable when you share a story from your past where you goofed up. It's not just vulnerability, it is a lot of courage. You cannot build trust without it. For you to appear trustworthy or be trustworthy, you have to be able to share stuff about you which is courageous, which you might not want other people to know. That is when people open their doors to you. And you have to be genuine about this. If you are manipulative about this, people will figure out. You cannot build innovation without trust. Book number 4 on the list is Radical Candor by Kim Scott. Fascinating book. One could argue that this book is a little bit more Western influenced and is not that easy or straightforward for other cultures. I disagree. Candor is welcome everywhere. Of course, there is a way to bring it into the conversation. Feedback is where most managers struggle and they try and avoid it. They sometimes deliver feedback harshly or overly cushion it with soft, sweet words. It loses its meaning. So either you are overly harsh or you are overly sweet. In both cases, it doesn't help. Kim Scott gives us a very simple rule: care personally but challenge directly. And this book teaches you how. So you can be caring in a personal way but also challenge. Apply just this one idea and you will find some difference in how you give and take feedback. And that's what Radical Candor is about. Fascinating book. Book number 5, Deep Work, one of my most favorite books of the last few years. Deep Work by Cal Newport talks about as you grow senior, your day becomes noisy. There are meetings, emails, messages, and Newport reminds us that busyness is not leadership. If you do not protect your thinking time, you will spend your career reacting. When I first read this book, I was already toying with the idea of blocking some of my time every day, essentially learning from Neer Eyal's Indistractable. I actually started blocking half an hour every day for doing a small part of a course or reading something or reading maybe a book, sometimes an article. And then I started blocking more time. And now I block a lot of time to think about a certain problem. When a large program is there, how do I go? And in that time, I shut down my Outlook, Teams, everything, sometimes even shut down the laptop, take a pen and paper or a board and write. And that's hugely motivating and effective. You get a lot of work done in half an hour or even 20 minutes of silence than you will do in 2 days of team meetings and other stuff. They have their place, it is important, but you need that self reflection time. These are books that will not get you promotions, but they will shape how you think. And at mid and senior levels, how you think is your biggest asset. In any case, your promotions may or may not come, but you will have to continue to perform in your current job. If you don't do that or stop doing that, then you already know the answer as to what happens to you. Right? The lack of promotion or progression should not stop you from actually getting better at work. If this video helped you, share it with someone who's navigating mid-career growth and tell me in the comments what is the best career or leadership book that you have recently read. And I read all the comments, so I might actually reply to some of it. And of course, I look forward to them because I can learn from them myself. And please remember, your career is a marathon. You are not going to get hugely better or horribly worse in one day or a week or a month. But you can slowly get better brick by brick if you choose to. Till the next video, manage better.